presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for watching the show this evening. We have Bruce Polley here in the studio from the CCA Oregon. We've already talked a little bit about sea lion issues that we've had here for, well, way too long. And obviously things have progressed the right way, right? Things are advancing. We're seeing some movement. The efforts from the CCA members and the Congress people, the legislation that's all out there has been working. You need to continue to let your folks know that what they're doing is working and continue to do so and spread the word as much as possible. No question about it. I get this question a lot, and I fumble with it all the time. The Columbia River endorsement, right? Where's the money? What's going on with it? Why do we continue to spend? And this is the big one, right? Why did we in 2018 still have to pay for the Columbia River endorsement is a big question that we get all the time. Can you elaborate a little bit on that, maybe clean up where I've messed up?
There's a lot of moving parts to the Columbia River endorsement. There's only about a third of the money that's paid in to the policy package that comes from sport fishermen, that comes from that $975 that we all pay.
Right.
2/3 comes out of the Oregon General Fund. So everybody else is paying for that, and then you and I are still paying double.
Right.
We're buying a fishing license plus for citizens.
Correct.
So that's part of the answer. Some of the money was misappropriated and lost.
And what's that mean?
That
somebody went gambling and all of a sudden, darn it, I'm out.
No, like you weren't supposed to move it from this account to this account. They didn't do it, so it got rolled into the general fund type thing, so they lost it out of this policy package. But that part of it was the compensation.
Somebody else's new car, but we won't go there anyway.
New boat.
Yeah.
The compensation for the gill netters that would be financially damaged by the move of the policy. They set up like this pool of money for insurance and said, if you guys are financially harmed by this, you'll have some money you can go to get compensation from. They never touched it.
Right.
Well, they never touched it for a reason, because they've actually been doing really well.
Right.
Financially, you'll probably get a ton of say, oh, I'm not doing really well, but the fact is, you had the policy was written so that this group, the commercial fishermen,
the kill nets, right?
Yeah. Right, the kill netters, they would be made whole-ish financially by making as much money, because we're enhancing the terminal areas. We're putting more fish in there.
Right.
If you remember reading your CCA alerts, we didn't lose fish out of the Willamette system in order to enhance the terminal areas. That's where some money's going.
Gotcha.
There's money being used in order to develop the selective fishing gear, the commercial fishing gear that they still will be able to use in the Columbia. That's not a gill net.
Right.
A fishing gear that does what you and I do when we go fishing. We bring the fish to the side of the boat. We say, yes, that's a hatchery spring Chinook. I want to net that fish and take it home and feed it for my family. Or that's a wild spring Chinook, and I want to gently release that thing and let it go back to Idaho and spawn and propagate the species.
Right.
So that's what the selective gear will do. It'll allow live release. That is still being developed. We won't go too far into the weeds, but there's a lot of there's a lot of places that the Columbia River endorsement money is being spent, including a video camera at a boat ramp in the Astoria. Trust me, I've been on this more than you know. That was paid, a video camera that endorsement paid for, that caught a gill netter doing something naughty, and that case has just been resolved. So
12 wild steelhead thrown off the back of his boat.
No, it wasn't 12.
Well, how many was it?
One of our members saw 5 fish in the water, under the water, as he pulled into launch.
Right.
One was on the water's edge. One was just in the water. The rest were a little further out.
And there was video of him tossing him over the back of his boat.
Yeah.
Okay. 12 to 20. No. What happened?
Two were recovered by a state cop, by an OSP trooper.
Right.
Our member called OSP, reported it, texted me like a few minutes later, and they were recovered, and then let's go to the tape and let's see what we got. And so they went to the tape and had video of this guy chucking steelhead over the side.
$350 fine.
Yeah.
$350 fine. You know what happened if you, watching at home right now, got caught for throwing a wild steelhead that you shouldn't have killed in the first place? You know what would happen to you? Think. You lose your license, lose your boat. I am not kidding. You would lose your license, you lose your boat. Don't ask me how I know, but that's a fact. $350 bucks.
There's going to be more to that, though. There's going to be more to just. It's good that we have the video. It's going to be important that we have that video as we go forward.
If that happened to you,
yeah.
If that happened to me,
yeah, I know.
We'd get flogged in the city streets.
I know.
For that, okay?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even. I don't want to get into
There's a long history of that.
It's a long history. Okay, so can we cut to a quick break and save a little bit of time, Marshall? Okay, I want to come back. We're going to save a little bit of time.
Okay.
All right, I want to come back so we don't have to get rushed in the last segment. I want to talk about the great news for hatcheries.
Okay.
Now, you've heard me on here, and all of you have heard me say on here, the idiots that are out there that are trying to close all of our hatcheries down. Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully it doesn't upset them too much, but hopefully it's a good thing for all of us, right? That want to actually bring a hatchery fish home and eat one, right?
Right.
That's why it's a great thing.
Yeah.
My daughter loves that stuff, and I love that stuff, and so do you. We'll be back with more with Bruce Polley from the CCA right here on NBC Sports Northwest in just a couple of minutes.